you. Good evening. Welcome to the July 17th, 2024 Conservation Commission meeting. The Wareham Conservation Commission will hold a meeting under Chapter 131, Section 40 of the General Laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Wetlands Protection Act, the Town of Wareham Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Division 6, and any other applicable laws. All hearings of the Wareham Conservation Commission are held simultaneously under the authorities of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act and the Town of Wareham Wetlands Protection Bylaw, Division 6. Although a single decision of the commission is issued, it represents a separate decision under each authority. All matters listed may involve a decision and possible vote. Okay, I'm calling the meeting to order. Roll call, please. Scott.
Scott Sobey.
Paula Jean O'Neill.
Autumn Wood.
Carol Melanson.
Sandy Slavin.
Hi, everybody. Kwame Body.
I was going to say, it looks pretty empty out there. Michael Mercier.
And Joshua Faraday.
Like ice machine.
Are you going to be a politician?
We have one public hearing. You want to read that, Carol, please?
Sure. This is on the request for, I got to read the thing at the top.
Yep.
Pursuant to the provisions of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act, General Laws, Chapter 131, Section 40, and the Wareham Wetland Protective Bylaw, Division 6, a public hearing will be held in Room 520, Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass., on Wednesday, July 17th, at 2024 at 6 p.m. On the request for an abbreviated notice of resource delineation for Mark Turin, P.O. Box 486, East Wareham, Mass. 02538. Do you need the rest of it?
No.
Information on?
Yeah, please read the rest of that, the definition of what we're
To
doing.
confirm the location and classification of wetland resource areas on portions of the site as highlighted on the ANRAD plan, map 129-0-1005-.A, lot 129-0-1018, 152 and 155 Glen Charlie Road, Wareham, Mass.
Thank you. I'd like a motion to open the hearing.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained. The hearing is open. There's nobody here. Is there anybody online?
Yes.
Yes,
let
good
the-
evening, members of the commission. Brad Holmes from ECR on behalf of Mark Curran for this ANRAD application.
And one more time, your name? We
Yes,
heard
Brad Holmes.
AC behind us, so we're having a tough time hearing.
Brad Holmes with ECR.
Okay? Please describe.
Good evening. Sure. Good evening, members of the commission. We've submitted a ANRAD application to confirm wetland resource areas on a portion of 152 and 155 Glen Charlie Road. This is these are larger properties, and there's a good amount of wetland resource areas on the lot. There's a single-family home near to the south of Glen Charlie Road. So when you're looking at this image, the left of the screen is north and the south is to the right. The property abuts Spectacle Pond and Mill Pond to the north on the other lot to the north of Glen Charlie Road. We have done a lot of wetland delineation on the lot, but what we're asking for the commission to confirm in this ANRAD application is only the limits of bordering vegetative wetlands as we've highlighted in yellow. If you look at the plan, you can see that there's a conservation restriction, a dashed line that runs through the property. The majority of 155 Glen Charlie Road is within a conservation restriction, so there won't be anything planned in that area. What we're submitting the ANRAD application is to do some planning for potential lot within the area outside the conservation restriction near the home. What we've done is we've located the wetlands closest to that area and asking the commission to to confirm those. The wetlands across the street on 152 are delineated here. If you know this lot, there's a old agricultural blueberry field, which kind of encompasses the majority of the lot on to the south on 155, where basically where it says lot 1018, that's a large blueberry field. And then you have the bordering vegetative wetland associated with Spectacle Pond to the west of the home. So by submitting this ANRAD and confirming these resource areas as highlighted, it allows the property owners to make some plans and design what may or may not be possible in that area. As you know, in Wareham, there's a 150-foot setback for septic system. So those distances, along with the 100-foot buffer, are something that we need to plan around, and this is the reason for the ANRAD. With that, I'll bring it back to the commission.
Thank you. Can you please identify yourself?
Sure. Mark Troran, the applicant.
Donna's son.
Yes.
Okay. Josh, since this really is the identification of the wetland area, I'm going to ask you if you can comment on it.
Yep, so I met Brad out on the field to walk the wetland lines, and I see them accurate as presented.
Okay, any questions? Michael?
Okay, let's see. Long-term here, there's obviously a future, there must be a future goal here in mind, so this application wouldn't be presented to us. Any like long-term plans for this lot here? Maybe you could
Yeah, sure.
describe it. Thank you.
Well, my mom's going into a nursing home in a few months, and we plan on selling a 3-acre lot with her house on it. That's it.
Anything like long-term goal there, like building new homes or developing any lots on it, or?
No. Well, for one thing, most of the property has a conservation restriction, so there's only a very small area that's developable anyway.
Kwame? Michael, were you done? Yeah.
Thank you.
Kwame?
I think, other than the conservation restriction areas, if that land does go for sale, will another person be able to keep that in mind? You know, that's the only thing.
Well, it's all monitored by the Wildlands Trust. They come out every year.
So the conservation protects that land, and that's tied to the title. So you would need approval from the landowner and Wildlands Trust to change the CR, and Wildlands Trust is very unlikely to do that, in my opinion.
You'd also need to go to the state legislature and the
Yeah,
board of
state
Selectmen.
has to
Yeah.
approve the undoing of a CR.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Carol?
Thank you.
No questions at this time.
Autumn?
No questions, thank you.
Paula Jean?
No questions, thank you.
Scott?
No questions.
Okay. My turn. Okay. I grew up picking blueberries at this site.
Right.
It was that long ago, and I'm very glad to see a lot of that is protected. And will you let Donna know I said hi?
Sure.
Sandy Slavin, we're in this Wareham Historical Society. And Donna trimmed off the track. We had a lilac tree at the property at 495 Main Street, and she took her clipper to it, and I thought for sure, oh gosh, she's cutting on the inside, and it's the greatest looking bush I've ever seen. Her pruning skills were just unimaginable.
She has decades of pruning experience.
Yes, she does. I have no questions on the site, I just had to make a personal comment. Sorry. Anybody online, any comments? Anybody?
I motion to close the hearing.
I have a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Your recommendation, Josh?
So it would be to issue an order of resource area delineation, finding that the boundaries described on the plans are accurate, and I will write in specific flag numbers.
Okay,
So moved.
that be that motion. I have
Second.
and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstain, 1, 2, 3. 600.
4, 5.
So you just wait for your documentation from Josh. You've got it, and let Donna know I'm thinking of her.
Thank you very much.
Very pick in place.
There's a pretty good crop in there, even though it's overgrown right now.
It's
Well, I'm
very
sure-
good.
I'm
I
sure
picked
that-
a few of them on my
I'm
walk.
sure the birds love
My
it.
granddaughter was just asking me, that's the only place she picked blueberries when she was a little kid. 'Cause I took her there. Took her a long time to stop eating the green ones and just eat the blue ones.
Yes, it was either there or Mrs. Anderson's off of Indian Nick. Yes. Another overgrown blueberry patch. Thank you. Have a good... We have some continued hearings, but they were continued until August 8th, so there's nothing there to do. We have a certification of compliance, I believe, is the next thing on the agenda.
Correct.
Okay.
26 Washington Drive, SE 0762705. I went out and did a certificate of compliance inspection on this property. I found everything to be substantially compliant with the original order that you guys had issued, and my recommendation would be an approval of that order of conditions, or that certificate of compliance.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 600.
That,
What can we do for you? That was it. Well, have a good evening.
Wow. You
Bye.
got the night off.
Go enjoy the
Okay.
ball game.
All right. We have on the agenda, I have not seen the minutes of July 3rd.
I just got them back yesterday,
Okay,
so
put them on the next agenda.
will do.
And Carol is saying our minutes are not being posted to the town website.
Nothing since April 3rd is the last minutes posted.
Let's see.
And I know we've been approving them, and I don't want to be in a condition of someone doing a
Okay.
request that saying we're not doing our job when we are approving them, submitting them, so I don't know why they're not being posted.
Take a
Well, we
look.
have the same problem with open space.
Oh, yeah, same thing, open space, our minutes are not being posted on the town website, even though we have submitted them and been stamped by the clerk, so something's going on.
Let me reach out to the clerk tomorrow and I'll track
See
it
where we
down.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, because
If they aren't and they're held up there for some reason, I'll post them. I'll get them posted.
we had a problem with one of our agendas not being posted because they didn't know what to do. They put it on the calendar and didn't post it on the town website, so maybe they're not sending our meetings to meetings at wareham.ma.us. So something's happening
Okay. I'll take a look into it.
between the clerks or IT or something. There's something here called appointments, interview, reappointments. Carol? What do you want to do?
I do not want to be reappointed clerk.
Carol does not want to be the clerk, and she was missing at the last meeting, and we appointed her clerk.
Well, that's what
Because she
happens when
missed
you
the
don't show
meeting.
up.
You don't show up, you get appointed. So Carol does
That's
not,
because I didn't see the email until after the meeting.
Carol does not want to continue as clerk. Is there anybody interested in that role? It means reading the hearings,
That's all it is.
and that's all it is.
That's all it is.
Well, taking notes during executive session would
Well,
be
that-
appropriate too.
Yes. So she doesn't know it, but the executive session's coming up, so
Yeah.
I volunteer to be appointed as clerk.
there you go. Yay! I'll get this right. The season of autumn
There you go.
would like to, suggest, so I need a motion to appoint Autumn our clerk.
So moved.
Second?
I have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Do we have anybody online?
One individual.
We are going to go into an executive session. We will not come out again. We will close the hearing at the end of the executive session. We're going into executive session to discuss strategy related to collective bargaining or litigation. That is the reason why we're going into executive session. I'll take a motion.
So moved.
Second?
Motion and a second. All in favor? Aye.
You have to do a roll call
Aye.
vote for it.
Oh, I have, sorry, roll call vote, sorry. Michael,
Michael Mercier?
just
No.
just say aye.
Aye.
Kwame?
Aye.
Sandy, aye. Carol?
Aye.
Autumn?
Aye.
Paula Jean?
Aye.
Okay, we're in executive session. Please discontinue all, Noah, you can turn us off. We're no longer going to be broadcasting.